Alright, welcome back to another Overwatch Beginner Hero video. This is the last one, Zenyatta. Zenyatta is an offensive support who does an insane amount of damage and kind of supplements healing. He's not a main healer. His left click is his Orbs of Destruction. And then he has his right click where you charge it up and he shoots 5 of them. His damage is very good for support. I believe each shot does 48 damage. Headshots do 96. So, very high damage. His left shift, oh, they just died, is his healing orb, the Orb of Harmony. It heals for 30 per second, or 35, I think it's 30, to one person, as long as they're within sight of you. So if I go like this, I can't see them anymore. After a few seconds, it'll go away. This is really nice for characters that go off kind of on their own, or are flying characters. So like characters like Pharah, Echo, Tracer, Genji, and other characters too, like Winston, Diva, characters that are kind of difficult to heal because they're always moving around or jumping into the enemy team. But it's not a lot of healing, but it is steady. His E is the Orb of Discord, which increases damage done by 30%. Okay. So, instead of doing 96 damage, it's doing like 125 or something like that. Let's see. One regular shot. 96 is a headshot, by the way. So he's doing almost, what, 30% of 48 is 16, so he's doing 64 damage. So on a headshot, you're doing 128 damage. I think I did that right, roughly. So if I put this on Tracer and I headshot her, that's about right. So, and Zenyatta is a very basic character, but getting used to his orbs is really the difficult part for him. He is a projectile character, so it's going to take a little bit getting used to the way that he plays and his travel time on his stuff, particularly with his right click, since you're firing 5 rapidly. But the thing about Zenyatta's just sheer amount of damage that he can do is he's a threat to pretty much everybody in the game. If you have Discord Orb on you, you're taking damage, increased damage from everybody on the enemy team. It's not just Zenyatta. Unlike the other damage boosts in the game, where, for instance, Mercy's damage beam makes it so that one person is doing more damage to whoever they're shooting. This is focused. Whoever is discorded, if it's communicated with a team, will die very quickly. Because if Zenyatta's hitting his shots and the DPS are also hitting their shots, it's going to be a quick kill. And then finally we have his ult, which is Tranquility. Makes him move really quickly, heal in a giant AoE for 300 per second. It's the strongest heal in the game. He becomes invulnerable. Wall hacked, obviously he can't use it. However, it's possibly the strongest support ultimate in the game. It's just extremely good, at least defensive. So when Zarya ults and your team is all stuck in it, you can use your ult and save everybody as long as they're not anti-healed. Like, no one on the enemy team can do 300 damage per second. If they're all focusing one person, maybe they'll die. It's a lot of healing. 300 per second is a massive amount. So you'll find that Zenyatta is targeted a lot by the enemy team. A good Zenyatta can duel almost any character and win. His biggest weakness is his mobility. He has absolutely no mobility. He does a lot of damage, so he can duel people. If you're good with Zenyatta, you might win those duels. If you're not, you're gonna die a lot. And using your ult to save yourself is not typically what you want to do, but sometimes once you get a little bit more game knowledge, you'll understand that they're trying to kill you because they know that you have your ult. And if they kill you, that means that the entire team dies, right? No matter what. If you use your ult, you sometimes are able to delay the inevitable, like save your team from a wipe. Although I wouldn't recommend doing it most of the time. At least not until you are really familiar with the character. It's difficult to tell what the enemy team is thinking sometimes, especially when you're new. So just keep that in mind. You'll also notice that Zenyatta has 200 health and 150 of it is armor. 150 armor, or not armor, shields, my bad, misspoke. This means that when Zenyatta takes damage, he can regenerate his shields after a few seconds rapidly. So I'm going to sit here and take some damage. And then when I get down to like 50, just wait a couple seconds and it shoots back up. Meaning that you don't necessarily need to be healed by another person unless if you're below 50 actual health. You should always heal your other support though. Zenyatta is one where he's just vulnerable. Widowmakers, Hanzos, Genjis, Tracers, basically every DPS on their team. If you're visible as Zenyatta, which you most likely will be because you need to see them to be able to help do damage, they are going to try to kill you because they know the threat that you pose to them. He is a lot of fun to play. Kind of hectic because you're always throwing your orbs around. You know, not necessarily difficult though. But I would say that just like any other character in Overwatch, you definitely want to take your time and understand everything about your character. Zenyatta is also the only character in the game that is completely silent, as far as I know. Maybe Echo is, but I don't know that for sure. But he just hovers above the ground, so you can do the flank Zenyatta, charge up this thing, which makes noise though, and try to get a kill. Wouldn't recommend it because if you get caught, you're dead. Unless you're gonna kill their whole team, which if you can do that, then I don't know why you're watching this video. But yeah. Aside from that, characters that are good with Zenyatta would be, like I said earlier, DPS that can benefit from having just their own kind of like mini personal heal. So like Genji, Tracer, Winston, Diva, other characters as well. Like Pharah and Echo makes it a little bit easier for them. And who else? If you notice that their enemy team has an Ana, that's kind of like the big counter to Zenyatta's ult. Counters to Zenyatta himself are like Widowmaker, Doomfist, Genji, Tracer, things like that. Things that can just kind of dive in and try to kill him and get out, or just kill him in one shot like Widowmaker or Hanzo. And aside from that, I think that's pretty much it. Supports that you're going to want to play with Zenyatta are main supports, like typically Batiste, Ana, and who else? Moira is okay. So, yeah, because Zenyatta can kind of do a little bit of the spot healing. It helps a lot, so, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And with that, I'm done with the Overwatch Beginner's Guide series, at least until they add more characters. So, it's kind of weird, but we got there. But anyway, my next videos are probably going to be either Overwatch just gameplay, Path of Exile gameplay, WoW gameplay, you know, we'll see. Depends on what I feel like doing. Maybe some Minecraft or something too, but yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody who's been watching this series, and if there's anything that I missed, um, please leave it in the comments below. If there's anything that you think that I should do differently, just let me know. And yeah, thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please like my video. If you want to see more content, not necessarily like this because this is the last one, but if you want to see more content from me in general, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.